Hi, guys, I'm Tiffany,
I'm Stephanie.
and we're Sisters of the South, coming to you with a story today that's very near and dear to our hearts. You think coming from anywhere, you're going to hear the stories of people around you and everything that happens, and this story is something that we have never heard before. We live in a large city, and even people go missing, and it only makes it on the news for about 30 seconds, and then that's it. So, thank you for whoever brought this to our attention, and let's get started.
It's been over 3 years since Texas State University student Jason Landry disappeared during a trip back to the Houston area to visit his family for the holidays. On December 13th, 2020, the investigators say Jason Landry left his apartment in San Marcos to drive home for the holidays in Missouri City, located southwest of Houston, and he never arrived. Landry's vehicle was located, crashed, and abandoned at midnight on December 14th. The lights were still on, the keys were in the ignition, and the front passenger side door was locked. His car and the scattering of belongings were found, but Landry was not. The investigators gained access to his phone and computer data. Here is what they've discovered. Investigators believe he left San Marcos apartment around 10:55 p.m. on December 13th with the intent to travel to Missouri City, Texas area, where his parents live. At 11:05 p.m., he drives onto Highway 80 and passes under Interstate 35 in San Marcos. He continues south, entering Caldwell County at 11:07 p.m. At 11:11 p.m., he was in Martindale, continuing south on Highway 80. He passes over SH 130 at 11:15 p.m. At 11:17 p.m., he was in Fentress, entering Prairie Lea at 11:19 p.m., then the Stairtown area at 11:21 p.m. At 11:24 p.m., he entered Luling, still on Highway 180. As he goes through the intersection at Hackberry Street, where Highway 80 becomes Austin Street, he quits using the Waze mapping application and begins using Snapchat on his phone. He then continues on Austin Street to the intersection with US 183 Magnolia Avenue. It's believed he continued straight through this intersection, but his digital footprint stops here. Investigators think he continued on East Austin and onto Spice Street. That would be Spice Street, which turns onto Salt Flat Road. His vehicle was found here on the 23rd block around 12:31 a.m. Officials say the 67-minute window between his last digitally known whereabouts and the crash scene is what investigators are focusing on. They say his cell signal was powered on, but they are trying to determine why the phone doesn't appear to have been used since the area of Magnolia Avenue and Austin Street.
The sheriff's office said the crash only involved his one vehicle, and it was likely caused from overcorrecting on the gravel road and spinning off the roadway, maybe likely due to a deer or some kind of animal. His rear driver's side corner struck a tree on the east side of the roadway, spinning the front driver's side into another tree and a barbed wire fence. His rear window was broken from the impact. Landry's father found Jason's cell phone between the driver's seat and the center console. At this time, it's unknown if it fell there during the crash or prior. When his father visited the crash site, officials say he discovered articles of Landry's clothing about 900 feet away from the roadway, including a shirt, shorts, socks, underwear, slide sandals, and a watch, as if he took it off while he was going down the road. The clothing was turned over to investigators, who discovered a small blood spot that was not indicative. Why don't I know this word? I apologize. Of serious bodily injury. Officials said an injury like this would have been caused by running into the barbed wire or foliage in the area. Investigators also noted that no blood was located in the vehicle. Investigators say additional items such as a backpack, a ball cap, a plastic bag containing personal toiletries, and a tumbler with his deceased betta fish inside were also discovered about 900 feet from the site. These items were found north of where the clothing was found. Landry's backpack contained his wallet, a usable amount of marijuana, a laptop, gaming equipment, and a few other personal items. The clothing that was discovered is believed to be what Landry was wearing prior to the collision. Investigators said there is no indication that it was removed under duress or threat. They also noted that at the time of his disappearance, the temperature could have been anywhere between 36 and 43 degrees, which is very cold for us
Very cold for Texas, yeah.
The case is now in the hands of the Texas Attorney General's Cold Case and Missing Persons Unit. That hotline number is 512-936-0742. The Landry family also has a page called Find Jason Landry in Facebook where you can find more information.
Tiffany and I both have followed their page, trying to get some updates. Doesn't look like anything much has happened in a while. So we just want to get his name and his face out there. We want to make people familiar. If anyone knows anything, has heard of anything, any stories that have been shared, you may think it's nothing, but it can be very vital in finding this young man. It breaks my heart for his family. Tiffany and I both have children. I have grandchildren, and we would want our family's faces out there until they were found.
Absolutely.
So we just want to make sure that we put his face out there. And again, if you're led or if you know anything, please call that number and contact somebody. Anything helps at this point for this family. And we are lifting the family up in prayer, the Landry family. We are thinking of you. Again, we have not heard of this, and it's been over 3 years. So we're hoping that this helps. And we will hopefully see you guys really soon on this channel, maybe with an update with this case. That would be great.
Thanks.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Bye.